Hey guys, this is the third video. I was gonna post it last Saturday, but I didn't get around to it, so I'm doing it this evening. I'm really gonna dive into identity this past summer, and still I'm struggling with it. I've actually got into several conversations within people who are in my program here at KU, because a lot of them were athletes too. So lately, I've been struggling with who I am. I've always been an athlete. I've always been a track athlete, runner, whatnot. Even in high school, I was known as an athlete. Get to Missouri Western, walk around campus, I was known as an athlete. But now that I'm at KU, outside of the program I'm in, I always feel like a nobody. Like, nobody knows me. Granted, it's a huge school, but I am not walking around campus with a athlete backpack when somebody can point out, oh, they're an athlete, like they have that backpack. And so losing track it's been a struggle. And that's what I'm dealing with. Because who am I if I'm not a runner? And I really dove deep into a book that my professor gave me, and it was about losing, that identity that you've always known. I've known to be an athlete since honestly my young ages when I was in dance, but get to track, I've been known as a track athlete for 8 years now, and I do miss it a lot. And so I've been trying to cope with it and find different strategies to help cope with it. Granted, I'm still like doing duathlons and competing and stuff, but it's just not the same. I actually have had a couple questions asked that I wrote down, and it's, are you finding it hard transitioning away from being involved in sports? And honestly, I am. Because once you transition away from that sport and you're just in that program, sometimes those athletes are burnt out from doing vigorous exercise. But I mean, I was a little burnt out of track at the end, and to be honest, all summer I ran, but like I really didn't work out like I usually do, and it's because I lost that motivation within me. And a lot of former athletes, a lot of retired athletes tend to lose that motivation, and it's so hard to find that motivation back, especially since you're outside of that sport. So yeah, it is super hard transitioning away from being involved in sports, because sports teach you a lot of life skills too. Another question, have you ever felt isolated since losing touch with your team or athletic community? Yes, I have. I know I have good support around, but losing my Missouri Western team, one athlete that I ran with at Missouri Western, I've known since high school, and yes, I'm still in touch with her, but it's not the same. Like, I don't see her every single day. Another athlete who I jumped with, who I was super close with, I don't really talk to her much. I mean, I do occasionally, but like, she lives in Nebraska now. And so it's just like super hard losing that community, because for 4 years, that was almost the only, granted, I have a couple other communities around, but that was like my go-to community if something was going on in my head, or like if I just needed to get away from all of the adult things. It was track. It was that community I would go to. And the last one is, are you struggling to hold on to your sense of identity and purpose without being engaged in sports? And for a while I was, but I read this thing that has really helped. It's actually from a book. It's called Athlete, Connect with Your True Identity Daily, a collection of stories from peak performers. So from, former athletes who have created this book. And they stated, what you do for a living doesn't define you. It's just merely an expression of who you are. So I still have that inside of me. Like, I'm still an athlete. I might be a retired athlete, but I'm still an athlete. That's always who I'm going to be. I'm still a competitor. That's all I'm going to be, or that's always going to be who I am. But there's more to me than that. And that's what I have been struggling to find, but I'm slowly finding it. I'm a student. let's start. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, a cousin, a niece. I'm so much more than just an athlete, and it's hard to say that, but I am, and I'll always be more than an athlete, so thank you.